Everyone loves to save money.
And we're here to help you play the best games at the lowest possible price. Hi, I'm Marky.
And I'm Freddy, and this is going to be part 1 out of 2 for Xbox Ds because there's a lot of good games on sale. And with that being said, let's get started.
Most of our deals for Xbox this week are going to be on the Microsoft Store. There's been a big blitz of sales going on, but we're going to try and prioritize some here. A lot of the ones that we're going to be mentioning in our part 1 video are due to end on the 31st of May, so please grab these while you can. And I'm going to start off with Bioshock Infinite down to $8.99. For people who haven't picked up the Bioshock collection, Infinite is the third one in the series, but I think it's honestly one of the more thought-provoking ones. I think now that it's been a few years, it's worth jumping into again. Seeing it at $8.99 is of course a great investment too, because the game looks fantastic despite it being on the last generation. The story, like I said, is thought-provoking. The gameplay is still that Bioshock charm, and it's also got a lot of more strategy than I personally remember. A lot of it thought run and gun, but heck, with what you're able to do, it's definitely worth a retry, like I've said before. So definitely jump in if you haven't already.
Whenever Need for Speed Heat goes on sale, I have to mention it. A lot of you mentioned in the comment that are interested in this game whenever it goes on sale, and so here it is, guys. $13.99. You can't beat this price, and this deal will expire at the end of May, so make sure you get it before. This is one of the best racing games for the Need for Speed series, at least. If you're not interested in a very real life game, this is a game to go because it has a lot of customizations and has a lot of different racing styles, and it differs between the days and the night. The night are famous because you can have the cops chasing you, which will in return reward you with a lot more money to upgrade your car and make it look better. And the customization is crazy in this game, and the deluxe edition comes with a lot of extra cars and extra boost for the money that you'll be making from each race. So definitely get it if you're interested in the racing game.
Another one I'm going to mention is Midnight Club Los Angeles, down to $10. While I haven't played this one, I was familiar with the PS2 Midnight Club game, but this is essentially street racing incarnate, something akin to like a Need for Speed or stuff. But I think it was more grounded in realism compared to what Need for Speed and series like Burnout have done in the past. It's a game that's been hanging around, honestly. It's been at 30, it's been at 40. I haven't seen it go down too often. So seeing it down to $10 is of course a great get. And like I said, anybody's into street racing and customizing their cars and kind of just exploring that scene, of course in the LA scene. If you live in the area, then you'll probably be more familiar with it. But like I said, it's a great get, especially at that price.
Moving on, the next game I'm gonna mention is It Takes Two for $19.99. All these games are again on Microsoft Store, which means they are digital, not physical. You just buy through credit card or Microsoft Store credit, and then immediately you can have them to download. It Takes Two is a great game that definitely worth it to be 2021 Game of the Year. This is a very cool platformer game that you have to play as a 2 players, and that's why the name It Takes Two. It's not that complicated. It's a great game if you want to introduce somebody to video games style, and even if you have maybe a girlfriend who not familiar with the controllers and stuff, it's very easy to pick up. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laugh. Definitely recommended at this price.
Another one is for a classic. This one's Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. It's been down to $19.99. Now, it doesn't seem like such a price drop for a game that's quite a few years old, even for a remaster, but I don't know, if you've ever worked in the games service or anything like that, you'll always hear every time a new Call of Duty comes out, this is the worst one, or the best one, depending on who you talk to. But it doesn't change the fact that with how big the series is, a lot of fans still like to flock to the older generation days. And this one is obviously the one that started it all, the Modern Warfare, the Call of Duty 4. So there's still a decent amount of people playing online. And because of that, the game itself still stays at a fairly high price, so we always like to keep an eye on it on when it does go on sale. And I'd say $20 is definitely worth it. A lot of people just kind of get that breath of fresh air when it comes to going back to what it used to be. And while it's been incremental, there have been quite a lot of changes comparing that to now. And you'll see it from playing, heck, even from movement speed alone. So if anybody's looking for a little nostalgia back in the old 360 days, minus the extremely toxic chat, this is the game to try out.
The next game I'm going to mention is Call of Duty Vanguard for $35.99. I was very hesitant to recommend this game when it was like for $60 or even $50 because the campaign is very short. Maybe you can beat the entire campaign in 8 hours, but still maybe not the best Call of Duty out there, but still this is the most recent one. It still have all the mechanic that we enjoy in Call of Duty games in terms of shooting. The story is okay. You're gonna play through the eyes of different characters and how they met each other in the team until you finally meet the final boss. But I would say at $35.99 is really okay price for it. I want to mention because I know a lot of people are interested in this game and we're waiting for it. So yeah, if you're waiting for Vanguard, this is a good discount. I don't think it's gonna drop anytime soon more than that. So here it is.
If you've reached that point of the video where if you've learned something new or if you've just been saving money alongside us, feel free to click the like button as well as the subscribe and even throw our comments. We're always paying attention down there to make sure our community grows as we continue to, adapt more. We are branching into Instagram. We are doing YouTube shorts for all those flash sales that can happen over the course of only one day. So in addition to these, there's even more sales available through those channels as well.
Yes, that's right. And whenever we reach 300 subscribers, we're gonna give $10 Microsoft Store credit to our lucky subscribers, somebody who really follow our channel, like our videos, and maybe give us some comments. And even if you follow us on social media, you get an extra entry to increase your chances of winning. Anyway, let's get back to the deal. The next two games I will mention this time, they don't go often on sale, and that's why I want to definitely come across it. It's Dead or Alive 2 for $11.99 and Dead or Alive 3 for $14.99. Usually these games don't go often on sale and they usually stuck at the $20 price. But when I saw them on sale, I couldn't resist. Dead or Alive 2 at least is a game that I grew up with on Sega Dreamcast back in the days. It's very, very different than Mortal Kombat if you like fighting games. One famous thing about this game is that it doesn't just have a block button. Instead, you can have a hold limb button or counter attack ready whenever somebody tries to attack you. The game mechanics is so smooth. And it's very, very fun. The graphics even was ahead of its time. Definitely a great competitor and refresh energy on Mortal Kombat, and that's why I want to recommend it. I personally grabbed Dead or Alive 2 because the Ultimate Edition of this game comes with online multiplayer, while Dead or Alive 3 doesn't have the online multiplayer, but it has more characters and different environments. It has also nostalgic feeling for a lot of people who owned Xbox and they played it back in the days on Xbox. So definitely check it out.
Another popular series that still maintains its audience despite its age is Skate 3, and this one is at an all-time low. I believe this one's at $3.99. And I say Skate 3 because there was an announcement for a new Skate game. However, it was just announced that they're working on it. So I have no idea when we're going to be seeing it. Could be maybe another 2 or 3 years. So I once again, people who have been enjoying the Skate series, because it was a big deal once it was announced they were making it, which shows that there's a lot of fans just eager to keep playing Skate. And because of Skate 3 that's kind of held that audience. So picking it up for $4 is of course fantastic, and you get to kind of enjoy this as you always have. It's just worth it. $4 is definitely worth even a 20-minute session. Just go back to the old days and try out your old skate tricks. So while you're waiting for the new one, be sure to pick this one up while you can.
Now we will move to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remakes for both at the same price, $15.99. Usually they run around $30, so this is a great discount, and I don't think I've seen them going below this price, at least for the digital price. These are great remakes, and it really defines why Resident Evil is a great series. I didn't play any of them back in the days on PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. I just started with these two games, and they both looks fantastic. The story is amazing. It really kept me on my toes. And even if you don't like scary games that much, it just have the right amount of thriller to keep you really enjoy this game, and I highly recommend it. And it's not too long. You can maybe beat it maybe within 10 hours or less, especially the Evil 3 might not take more than 7 hours, but definitely a great experience, very memorable, and I highly recommend these two games. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, we greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you've played any of the games here, feel free to throw it out there. Are any of the games worth trying out? Any new ones that you're looking to jump into? Don't forget to shout it out, and always pay attention to our Instagram and YouTube shorts.
Also remember, if you got PS4, PS5, or Nintendo Switch, we have different playlists for those, so make sure you check our channel, and please subscribe. It will really help us a lot. With that being said, thank you guys, and see you next week.
See you real soon.